The UK's food system is full of hard-working and innovative people, but it's just not delivering for either people or planet. We're rapidly running out of time to avert the climate crisis, while at the same time the NHS is buckling under the strain of diet-related ill health. While at the other end of the food supply chain, a growing number of British farmers and growers are feeling the squeeze, with up to 61% likely to give up their farm in the next 18 months. But change is possible. We've changed the food system before, so we can do it again. But this will need bold action from businesses and their investors, as well as the government to level the playing field and shift the food environment so that everybody is able to access and afford healthy and sustainable food. So we're going to hear from 3 different food businesses to hear about how they're switching up business as usual.
I think we're well known for being experts in growing organic vegetables. I think most people are a bit surprised when they come here and see how large it is. We do deliver a vegetable box about once every 2 seconds of every working day.
Greencore is one of the largest food companies in the UK. We provide about 30 million meal occasions per week. I suppose we're well known for being the largest sandwich manufacturing company in the world.
Sitopia Farm is an organic regenerative farm and social enterprise. We grow on 2 acres of land in southeast London, and we grow food and flowers and sell it to our local community and to chefs, florists and other businesses.
The challenge, which has always been there, but it has got more acute, is to produce food in the way that we would like to produce it and the way most of our customers would like to produce it, but for it still to be affordable. You know, the things people want to see, the high animal welfare standards, the high environmental standards, staff being looked after properly. I mean, they all cost money. It is very difficult to farm well and stay in business.
We are competing in a system which doesn't reflect the true cost of production in the price of food, let alone the realities that we're already living in terms of climate change. You know, even the short time I've been farming, I've witnessed huge variations between years, between seasons, and that makes it really hard to predict and to adjust.
So some of the challenges we've encountered, of course, include the availability of clean data, and we've had to invest quite materially in making sure that we have real-time accurate data upon which to base decisions and investments. Now, when we think about our Scope 3 emissions, which are always the majority of the emissions in a manufacturing business, over 90% of our emissions occur upstream in the supply base. We're working incredibly closely with our suppliers to work on decarbonisation of their operations feeding into us. And of course, we're working with customers and consumers downstream to look at how we can decarbonise the supply chain through healthy and sustainable diets. We have a very aligned leadership team around investing where we need to invest in new technology and ways of working to decarbonise Scope 1 and 2, to make sure that decarbonisation is part of our everyday conversations with them.
One of the key differences is these very long-term relationships we have. Well, we grow a lot of vegetables ourselves, but the ones we buy in, you know, with suppliers, many of whom we've been working with for 20 years, and they have a contract which, you know, either party is 3 and 5 years to get out of that contract. So it's a long-term commitment. We absolutely 100% of the time buy what we say we'd buy, and we pay the price that we said we'd pay.
We want to be responsible. We want to grow our business and develop our business in the right way. And we believe that actually in the future, investors, stakeholders, government, customers are all going to have increasing requirements of us as a strategic supplier. So we believe that to operate the business with integrity and with professionalism, with sustainability at the heart of what we do, is good for all stakeholders.
Well, first and foremost, we need an actual government food strategy. We don't have one. We need one, a comprehensive one, and which is actually implemented, which looks across all the different sectors of government which are important for food policy. This isn't just a DEFRA farming subsidies issue, it's much vaster than that. It's fiscal policy, it's trade, it's tariffs, it's health, it's transport, it's all these things which need to come together and to actually have a coherent look at what is it that we're trying to achieve, what do we want from our food system, and then have a set of policies that implement it accordingly.
It would be helpful for us if we had a common playing field, a level playing field, where legislation, potentially mandatory reporting, standardised terms, even singular definitions of things like, for example, ultra-processed foods, would help us as we navigate this with our customers, because rather than doing things multiple different ways, we would be able to concentrate on doing things in one standardized way, which would make it much more efficient and impactful for us.
It's very difficult to regulate a market which is fundamentally, there's a mismatch of power. I mean, that is going to be a challenge for any government to do, but there are things that can be done.
I think as we get better data in this space, of course, it's allowing us to take more action. And I think if government were to push for organisations to have better, cleaner data in a standardised format, it would actually enable the whole food system to take better action.
I mean, if we believe in neoliberal market-based solutions, that market cannot work without honesty and transparency.
So by ensuring we have accurate and reliable data and acting upon that and then publishing that for the external world, we're holding ourselves to account.
The real encouraging signs are the appetite for something different, whether that's from British citizens wanting their food produced in a better way, or whether it's from some new entrants to farming wanting to farm in a better way. There is lots of appetite for it on both sides, but we need to have the right legislative framework and we need to have greater honesty.